This week's hometown hero is positively Wisconsin. Holly Hoppe is a Vietnam and Desert Storm era veteran. Aside from her 22 years of service in the Air Force, Holly is currently a member of the American Legion Post 539 and the Green Bay Disabled American Veterans Chapter. Local 5's Nate Stewart shows us the other ways Holly gives back to our local vets and the responsibilities she had during her service.
I was lucky enough to enlist in the Air Force from Green Bay, Wisconsin. And the major reason I joined the Air Force is I wanted to travel. And I succeeded in that before my career ended. I went to basic training and then I went to direct duty assignment to Travis Air Force Base in California. My highlight in that tour, I worked with the administrative in the 60th Aerial Port Squadron, which is a transportation squadron of cargo and people. While I was there, they released the prisoners, the POWs from Hanoi, and I was able to work on a team which was called the POW debriefing team. I must have been pretty good at it because within 3 weeks I had an assignment to Washington, D.C. to the Air Force Office of Special Investigations headquarters. I worked there for a short time. And then, as I said, I wanted to travel. So we had what was called a dream sheet where you fill out where you'd like to go. I went to Germany, and while I was there, we were doing a lot of work, and it happened to be the same time we had the fall of Iran. So we were doing the classified section of that. Then I decided I wanted to try the Far East, so I volunteered to go to Korea. Again, with the dream sheet, I was lucky enough to get to Korea during the Olympics. So while I was there, I also volunteered to help the Koreans practice their English for the visitors. So the highlight there was receiving a special medal from the chairman of the Olympic Committee. Then I'm getting ready to retire, and all of a sudden, Desert Storm comes along. So Holly doesn't get to retire. She gets to go over to Desert Storm. We did have what's called protective service operations. My job was to make sure to drive the armored Mercedes. Now that was real tough duty during wartime. The major motivation was travel, but also serve my country. I had an opportunity to be employed by the Brown County Veteran Service Office. So I worked there for 6 years, assisting veterans and their families. Then a position opened up in Oconto County, so I became the Oconto County Veteran Service Officer for 16 years. There's nothing better than be able to get a benefit for the veteran, the spouse, the widower. We're here to help. Almost every veteran will say that. We want to help veterans, leave no one behind.
And we thank you, Holly, for your service. If you would like to nominate someone from your community to be featured in our Hometown Hero segment, just email Nate at the address you see on your screen. Bottling milk for a good cause. Coming up on Local 5 News, we take you to a dairy plant that's bottling up blessings for the Jewish community. Elaine Wells has the story next in this week's Wisconsin Dairy News.